Then we are jumping into this saw blade lubrication. The water mist, very fine water mist, it's excellent for saw blade lubrication, because with this water mist we can keep the saw blade cool, clean from the resin, and also lubricate it, so it gives a much better lifetime for the saw blade, and also helps to keep the saw blade sharp. It's in the systems where you don't have this kind of system, you have to be more careful with the saw blades, and many times you have these breakages because of the heat caused by resin, and downtime is much higher if you have to stop the product line and change the blades too often. The optimum is that you don't need to change any blade during the shift. Earlier times it was used a lot of these different kind of systems, like low pressure system or oil water mixtures, which are sprayed into the blades. But in these applications, it's very difficult to control the amount of the water or this mixture, and also it doesn't reach the optimum way the saw blade, because in high pressure water mist we are like serving the water mist into the blades, and the airstream is taking this water mist into the process. So basically we are not spraying water into the process, we are just letting it to go into the process. We can jump for the next slide, please. Here we have some examples how it affects inside the saw machine. In this upper blade we have used water, and this lower blade, it has been running without water. So you can see the difference of the pitch. It's of course the upper blade is not absolute clean, but you can see the clear difference by if you are using water or not. It also means that the lifetime is longer, because the blades are clean longer time, the lower power consumption. You can see it because you are using a big motors. We haven't tested in official way, but but we know that it lowers the power consumption. Also, there's no water on the floor, no damping problems or floating problems in the basement of the saw machine. So if you are placing a right size of nozzles, you can't even see that there's a water spraying system inside the saw machine, but results are excellent. Can jump to the next one. In many cases, our customers, they have been able to increase the sawing speed because the blades are not coming hot. The same motors are giving much more better results, so because of the less friction, and also some applications they are using thinner saw blades because they don't need this extra material for strengthening the saw blade, because lubrication is taking care that the blade is going smooth through the lumber or stock in this kind of cases. Okay, we can jump to the next one. Here we have an example of the debarking machine. These pictures, they are from the same machine. I don't know if anybody of you know, but it's produced by Valonkone. And in the left side, there we can see that the drum and knives, they are covered by resin, this brown stuff there. And in the right hand, we have this same machine, but with water mist after a couple of hours. We were demonstrating this situation, and that's why we could take these pictures. But you can see that the knives and drum, they are shiny and clean, and even the operator said or mentioned to me that it runs much smoother way, but I can't confirm this, but because the noise was horrible anyway. The placing the nozzles, it's a couple of nozzles needed only, not much water, and this gray stuff you can see between the knife and the drum, it's a water mist. In this application, you are not spraying water against bearings or something, and that's why it's safe for the machine. Some people has also asked how about the rusty problems or this kind of corrosion. But anyway, when you are peeling logs, they are wet anyway, and the process is wet anyway, even without this water. And this is special good system when you are debugging, for example, pine and spruce, because they are producing a lot of dust also, and this also prevents dust.